My name is Elizabeth Bettyjay. I'm the HOS of Bettyjay Schools, established in 2011, and we actually run preschool to elementary level presently, and we're in the heart of Ikorodu.
I'm Ms. Abdullah by name. I'm a HOD of a nursery class.
I am Mrs. Odunowo. I'm a tutor here, and this is about Bettyjay School View today. It's about the boys.
Our mission is to be one of the best schools in Lagos State, and we want to actually bring forth children that are exceptional, and we work tirelessly to ensure that our children are the best and they represent us well wherever they go.
Our school will stand out with different extracurriculum activities, while also in academic we stand out. And in our school we have different things that we do. We teach the children how to be independent. We teach them how to be the best among their peers.
Our school is actually known for producing the best students who can actually represent us wherever. They have good command of English, and they are confident set of people. They are not intimidated by anybody around, and this has been our selling point all this while.
This is a great school that is centered on building children for the task ahead of them in the future. This is a school that embraces challenges, turn it into strength for ourselves in shaping lives. This is a school that believes so much in shaping lives, in so much that the boys, the girls will fit in into the society in the nearest future. And today's event is centered on the boys. It's about the boys, shaping them very well, teaching them to observe, to actually acknowledge the fact that bullying is not allowed in this school. As a matter of fact, this school is a no bullying zone.
Our school is where children go to learn things that they're not able to learn from home, to get exposed, to be enlightened, and to be eloquent in every area of their life.
We learn moral, we learn activities, we learn cultures in our school. Bettyjay school stand out because we do different things here. For our children, we nurture them from the baby to the primary section.
We're in Ikorodu, and the Ikorodu you see today is not the Ikorodu that you see about 10 years ago. And in Ikorodu now, I think we have the best. We have best school. We have a lot of school around that have made difference in children's life. Ikorodu is getting better on daily basis, and this is actually reflecting on the children, and that's why most parents actually select, and they are always searching for the best school to go around. And there are a lot of competitions among schools, and this is because you can't just take for granted that you are in Ikorodu and not do the right thing. So society, when we talk about schools here in Ikorodu and schools in Lekki, I know we have some schools here in Ikorodu that are even better than some in Lekki. So Ikorodu is actually making positive changes in the life of children and in school in general.
So they are here to say some words right, some statements right.
Good day, everyone. We are here to say the right pronunciation of the days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Also, it is wrong to say ninth vigil. You say vigil. It is wrong to say she is a green snake under the green grass. You say she is a green snake in the grass.
It is wrong to say she does longer throats. You say she gropes at people. It is wrong to say this food is sumptuous. You say the food is scrumptious.
It is wrong to say traveling bag. You say travel bag. It is wrong to say don't go under the sun. You say don't go out to the sun. Thank you.
What we do with our children is to mold them, and we work hand in hand with parents most of the time. If you are opportune to meet any of my parents, they will tell you that we follow up. We'll tell you how your child is doing in school. We want you to continue at home so that we get the best results. We are not just school or just like any other school. We mold children and we bring out the best in children. Most of our children are children that have their parents will tell us at home that this is what I got from a child, is and would confirm that it's actually from school and this is how things should be done. We have some parents that are very, very helpful in shaping their children's life, and we have some who are still struggling, and we take our time to work on their pace and make sure that they are on the same level with everybody. So in my school, Bettyjay, we try as much as possible to ensure that children are okay mentally, physically, and in any form. We look after their well-being and make sure that they are doing well. For example, you can't, if a child comes into my school in the morning and the child is not looking happy, we make sure that we get the best out of that child. If you bring food to school, because we have a lunch service, if you bring food to school and the child feels that he doesn't want that kind of food, we make sure that the child eats well, and we'll tell the parents what has happened and we'll enlighten them and ensure that they get the best things for those children so that when they come to school they do well. Well, in the past, they will say the whole community is responsible for children's upbringing. But now we realize that because of what is going on in the society, because in the past I know that our parents can actually ask a neighbor, friends to look after us if they have to go to work. But a lot of things have been happening these days that we hear stories that touches the heart most of the time. But presently, I think there are lots of children that are also having children. People that are not ready to have children, but one way or the other, they find themselves becoming a parent. So what we do most of the time, or how we help such children or the parent, is to call their attention and talk to them, educate them, counsel them, and ensure that the children are not affected one way or the other. We have children that are doing all sorts of things, and once we notice, we invite parents We'll tell them what we have observed, and we'll look for the best way to resolve the issues. Some take it with good heart, and some they feel you are actually infringing on their privacy, and they take offense. But most of the time, the kind of parent that I have, because I'm not the type that goes about looking for children, I think my children actually are the ones that are selling my school. Because when you meet my children and you ask them the way they relate with you, the way they interact with you, you will see other parents coming in to say, oh, I saw a child, or my friend's child is this, that's why I decided to come to this school. We work together with parents, and I think both of us, or both parents and school, we try as much as possible to make sure they stand out in the society. That is the way we handle children here. But with the situation of this country, I really can't speak much about that. But I know that as an educationist, I see myself as a caregiver who is answerable for a particular any child that is put under my care. So I go out of my way at times and make sure that the best is done. I may have to drive to parents' house to discuss issues with them if I notice anything that is not right in a child. And I know that most schools also try, but we have some difficult parents who, at every slightest opportunity, they want to make issue out of nothing. But it depends on how you're able to manage the situation. But the goal is to get the best out of the child that is under your care.
Which key is the hardest to turn? Which key is the hardest to turn? Keyboard. No. The hardest to turn. The hardest key to turn.
Deji, your
Deji,
right
you
hand.
want to know?
Anki, Kaki, no.
Yes, Manan. No.
Okay. Math, no.
Education.
No.
Tell us, please.
Donkey.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, I'm okay with Lagos State government if their rules, their regulations. They're actually trying to get the best out of children, and then the issue of do not use cane, do not use. It is because a lot of people have actually abused it. If a teacher can beat a child with marks all over the child's body, it's like child abuse. If you really don't have to go that way to get the best out of a child. There are lots of ways to actually groom or to curb children's excesses. There are lots of things that you can do. Here we don't beat on a more serious note, but I have disciplined children. There are a lot of things that will do to them at times. When you ask a child to sit in a naughty corner, there is no small child or any small baby that wants to be left alone. So if you tell them that, oh, if you don't do this, you go to naughty corner, they will sit tight. You really don't have to beat. And if it gets to the extent of, beating a child, there are children that you talk to at times. By the time you finish talking to them, they start crying. They will kneel down to say, I am sorry. There are many ways you get the best out of them. It is only when it is so getting to the extreme that you can use cane. But because Lagos State government says we shouldn't use cane, Is either you will tell the parent that this is what this child has done, but we cannot beat because we're told not to beat. But at times we can give punishment rather than beating children. My own position is once a child is registered here, we have our rules and regulations hand over to them. We don't encourage lateness because I tell people that just as you are going to work, your children coming to school means they're going to their own workplace. They need to be properly dressed, and this is the time for coming in. We have children here and they don't come late because they all want to be on the assembly. Assembly starts 8 a.m. and they know that they learn a whole lot. So I don't know, maybe that is what is actually giving them the courage or the zeal to want to get to school early. And most of the time, there are issues that situations where parents can't make it 8 o'clock. They call the school or they send a text to school that we're running late or we have medical appointments, so this child is not coming in early today. And that is how because most of our parents know that if you don't tell us your child is not coming to work, there is a fine. But if your child is not coming to school and you don't inform us, and in some emergencies case, when they don't call us, we put a call through once it's 12 o'clock to find out what exactly is going on, because there are situations where they'll go through something and they will even forget to follow the rules. So because we work hand in hand with parents, we don't really have the issue of people coming late. But on a more serious note, it's not a good deal for a child to come late to school. So sending a child away, especially in primary school, because those children are not the ones that will get themselves ready for school. So it is the parents that you are supposed to deal with, because once you send that child home that day, you can't get the best out of that child. It's either the child will have low self-esteem and he won't be himself or herself throughout the day. So we here, if a child comes, we don't have that situation. But I know that if it happens, you don't really need to send the child home. There are many ways you can sort it out. You can still allow the child in, but talk to the parent. Because it's only in Nigeria that we're so particular about religion, and things are actually not working for us here. In other countries where you don't have to be a Christian before I employ you, things are working well. I think we have a lot of hypocrites here in Nigeria, and religion. I think religion helps in some way for some people. But because of the hypocrisy in us, I'm not sure it's helping children. I'm not sure it's actually, because if a mother is telling a child do not tell lies, and the next minute the mother is telling the child, tell your daddy that I did not do this or I did not go out, and from a Christian home, I don't know what the child will learn from such. So I can't really say. In the past, yeah, religion actually is helping. It was helping, but these days I can't say anything about it. Well, continue to support schools like they've been doing, ensuring that they make school approval more flexible, because it is not easy these days to get the kind of facility you want for schools. And maybe because Ikorodu is now getting more exposed, a lot of things go wrong, and then some of the government officials at times make it so difficult for schools. to do things that are right, and then a lot of people at the end of the day will want to cut corners and find themselves where they're not supposed to be. But I think if government can actually continue to monitor like they used to monitor before, like ensuring that schools do the right thing most of the time, like the issue of getting school sanitized, fumigated, ensuring that we have good environments and things that we were doing before that I really don't know whether it's still happening now. Because I know in some years ago, especially after the pandemic, they were actually going from one school to the other and ensuring that they do the right thing. And then once you know that you are going to be visited, or at times they don't even announce they are coming, you get yourself ready, prepare for whatever happens, and we're always doing the right thing. But these days, everybody does do whatever they like, and then like the rule says, school must be about a particular meters away from another. But these days, especially in Ikorodu, you see school in the next 5 minutes walk, you see another school. There are no rules, there are no standards, and things like that. If government can just continue to help us and make sure that rules are being followed, it would go a long way. Do we even have community leaders? We don't even know them. And then I think our community these days is everybody, every man for himself. But they can actually help when there is awareness, and children are actually carried along, and they enlighten on how community works and who is the head of the community, how or what you can actually do with them. If there are ways of educating everyone around, they can help mold children. And when anything goes wrong, the community leader is there to actually step in and do the right thing. Well, for me, I would say that we just need to be more attentive. We need to know that children are actually our future, and whatever we do today will become history tomorrow, and that we should be mindful of how we live our life, how we relate with people, how we treat one another. It helps, and that I pray that the government of Nigeria would actually cherish their citizens and treat us well.